Here's how I'm going to winterize my outside refrigerator that I have a lot of carrots and veggies in, like those Brussels sprouts, some potatoes. The upper part here I have full of kale. The old method of keeping it from freezing is just heat up some water on the wood stove and put it in here, and it works okay. But it's work. You know, you just got to monitor it. The way I monitor it is I have a temperature sensor that's going to get replaced, or wire's going to get replaced. And I can monitor the temperature remotely inside. And what I'm going to do is put, where'd that thing go to show? Oh, here it is. I'm going to put this, I'm going to electrify this since I have extra power from the solar these days. This is going to go in here. This is a heating mat for that I used last summer for spring. You know, you put it under your plant starts, it heats up. It's not too much power. But you gotta have the power for it, of course. It says on here how much power it uses. Somewhere, here we go. 21 watts at 110 volts. So this is going to go in here for now, but I need to make a hole for the cord, and also I'm going to have a controller controlling this, so I'll have to have another wire about this big coming in, and I'm going to drill a hole. I'm going to drill a hole right up here for the cord, right through. And the reason you can't do this with a modern refrigerator, well, this model I can, because you see this has the condenser coil on the back, so I'm not going to hit any refrigeration. These new ones here, the refrigeration coil is in the sides of the refrigerator, so if you drill a hole in there, you're going to let all the refrigerant out, and your refrigerator is going to be no good. Something to keep in mind. And I also have this one. This one is in full of apples and stuff. I did this one the easy way. I just stuck the cord through here. I do have a hole in here with what I did was I snaked these through the bottom drain hole. There's a freezer, not a refrigerator. I use it like a cooler some. And one of these is a remote temperature sensor. The other one comes from the controller, temperature controller right here. Inkbird's pretty good brand. So, and this has a, so that one probe comes from the temperature controller. And this, you can see, cooling, heating. So, in the summer I can plug the freezer into this cooling, and it'll just come on or shut off the whole unit to maintain a certain temperature. Now I need it in heating mode since it's winter. I just want to keep it above freezing. That's why it's set for 35. So it will, this temperature controller will turn this heating pad on and off. And I might use different heating source. But last year, you can see I had some wire. I don't know if you can see. I had like this heat wire type that you put in the ground, and it got warm enough to melt some little things in there. This cord won't melt it. That was like a heated cord, and I had it draped through there. This one won't melt it, but it, you know, kind of messes up your seal. So the ideal would be to drill a hole in this. Problem with these freezers, of course, same as that new refrigerator, the condenser coils are inside in here, and if you don't know exactly where they are, you're going to ruin it. I could probably drill a hole straight through the bottom, and that's probably safe. I don't think there's any refrigeration coils in the bottom of the unit. That's where they go with the drain hole. You can't use that drain hole. It's really hard to snake things through. It has a bend in it, and it's It's made to drain a little bit of water out, not stick wires through like I've done. So anyway, back on to the other project. The other project is to get this thing installed. I got the hole drilled. I came from the inside and then I went around the outside. That was thicker than I thought. It was more foam in there than I thought. Maybe it expanded when I came out, but whatever. The reason I made such a big hole is because I didn't feel like screwing around and cutting the cord and having to put new plug on. It has to be big enough to get this hole through. So we get this plug through the hole like that, and I'll have to stuff it well with something like some hard foam insulation, or modify this so it'll fit back in just the right distance. Otherwise the mice will crawl in there and eat up my vegetables, which they did on another unit I have in here. So on to getting everything else installed, and then hopefully I won't have to put bottles of hot water in here anymore. Of course, then I'm still going to have to do this part. There's no real way to drill holes in here, because here's the refrigeration coils, see? They're on the top, they're on the bottom, so there's no way to drill a hole in the freezer compartment unless you came in through the door. Through this door here, which is a little bit inconvenient, or slide something through the gasket, which is kind of inconvenient. So I will just do the bottom part for now. Okay, I need to finish up this video about these temperature controllers. This is the one I ended up using. It's an Inkbird. They call it a reptile cooler, or you use it for like heating mats under your growing trays in the spring. That's what I bought it for. So what it has is put this down. It has two sides to it. I put this in where you can see it. Has a sensor on this side, sensor on this side, so it's two independent channels. And then you can see the heating mats plug into here and here. So this is side 1, side 2, and I have the temperature sensor going in through the hole into here, going into here to the heating mat, which isn't warm right now. Here's the sensor right there. You can see the sensor. And they have an app that works really well for a commercial product. It works really well. Here's the app. So it's showing fridge 1, fridge 2. This fridge 2, I didn't drill a hole in this one. I just stuck it through the door, like I don't like to do, but I did it. And then I have a mat in here in the bottom under that box. So it's a pretty slick little control, because it has Wi-Fi, and they have them for $25 to $35 is all these controllers cost. The difference being from the other controllers, this will only do, I think, 250 watts per side, whereas, which isn't a lot of power, but it's plenty for these mats. I mean, that would be like, what were they, 25 watts each? That would be like 10 of the mats at a time, but it wouldn't do like a space heater, a bigger one. So you can look up the specs on that, but this app works really well. You can remote control it and remote set it, And it'll, if you leave the phone on, it'll show the temperature trend too, I guess. Trying to, anyway, it maintained it pretty good tonight. I might have to up the watt rating of it anyway. This one here, this is the other Inkbird. This one's not Wi-Fi controllable, but I have one that looks identical to it. You can look at it remotely and set it remotely. And this one I have plugged into, I have apples in here. This is the heat tape I put in here. So this is like for putting under soil. I just got it looped all over the place. Here's the temperature sensors, which I don't have mounted, but they're just sitting here for now. I should leave them kind of dangling like that, maybe. But anyway, if it gets cold in here, it'll turn this on, and we'll see. I think it won't burn out, but I don't want this. I don't want those temperature sensors touching the heat tape because it'll give a false reading. So anyway, that's that one. Like I said last year, this is what I had this stuff here, and it was like that. And that's what melted the plastic. Doesn't take much to deform this plastic. So now I'm going to just leave this white part through, and it won't do that. Hopefully. There. And I have this one here. This one here is a homemade one, and I have similar that tape in there, heat tape or heat wire, and I made this with one of these $10 temperature controllers, and I mounted it all in the box and everything. And it's really not worth doing when you can get those Inkbirds for $25–30. You know, they're all built, and you don't have to do all the wiring in there. And anyway, I had this controller, so, and those Wi-Fi ones are awful nice because you can remote monitor them. So anyway, that's my hodgepodge of automated heaters. This one here is old-fashioned. It just had a bottle of hot water because I don't have anything in here yet. So it didn't freeze last night, and I'll recharge it tonight with a little bit more warm water, and it'll keep that from freezing. We're supposed to be pretty cold tonight. Just thought I'd try to show this Inkbird. This is an Android app, and it shows, this is its home page, shows the controller, the ones I just showed, and there's the two sides. And let's see if I press this. If I had left it on, it'll show the temperature trend. Oh, I guess it does record the temperature trend without me leaving it on. There it is. See if we can go back to last night and see how it did. Because I thought they're a little bit undersized. Well, I think I had set for 34. I turned one of them up today. Here's the settings. I like this because it's easy to set. So this one now I think I turned up 36. It'll start heating at 36 and stop heating at 38. And you can set an alarm on here, so I guess it'll beep if you want it to. Or you could probably have it email you somehow, but I haven't set any of that up. And then the second one here is set 34. Start heating 34 and stop heating at 35. I bumped that little thing and I changed it. It notched it up, so you can just use your finger to adjust it, but I didn't want to at that time. Well, wait, now I got it all messed up. 34 and 35 I had it. what did I have? I'll have to go through these settings again. I think I had 34, 35. So it's changing automatically on the controller now, which is nice. And I wanted to look at the temperature trend of this fridge too, and see how cold it got in there last night. It held pretty steady. That refrigerator is much better insulated than the old white one, so that makes a difference. And then I have this this controller is like the one I showed, but this is a Wi-Fi one. It's on my battery box. There's some lithium batteries in it in an unheated area, so I have it set up now hot for like 70 for the batteries, but I can change it like this and just turn it down to, like, at night I'll turn it down to 60 or 55, and you just do this and see it change. This doesn't have the two windows, start and stop heating. This just well, it does sort of, but doesn't show it like graphically like the other one. So now it says cooling. If I had something plugged into its cooling port, it would turn on, but there's nothing in there, so it's just not gonna heat now until it drops below 60. And there's the temperature trend for this. I bump this stuff when I'm making the video, and oh, temperature, that's what I pressed. Yeah, this one has a better history to it. See, I had it turned down last night. I had it turned up higher in the day, turn it down because I have solar, so take advantage of the solar. And you can see the little curves in there. That's this temperature differential I have. Somewhere here you'll see, I think I had set to 4 before I turned it down to 2. Heating difference value and cooling difference value. So that was what that little dip was. So it has to get 2 degrees below the set point before it'll start heating. Or 3 degrees above the cooling or below. You get the idea. So that's how that works. Really nice, easy to use app, and like I said, I only paid around $25 for this controller, and this one was on a special for $35. And that's the Wi-Fi one. So you find the good deals on the Amazon. Anyway, hope it helps someone.